Welcome back, everyone, to the deep dive. Today, we're digging into the sources you sent us about something pretty fascinating, maybe a bit mysterious, called Nano Banana.
Mhm.
Our mission, really, is to cut through the noise around this, well, this advanced AI model. Think of this as your shortcut to figuring out what it can do and why it matters without all the heavy tech jargon.
Exactly. And we've looked at, various evaluations, different reports on this thing. It's an image generator and editor, but it's unconfirmed. Nobody's officially claimed it yet. Its performance is just staggering. So the real question we're digging into is what makes Nano Banana so good?
Yeah.
And why the big secret around who actually made it is like this digital ghost.
A digital ghost. I like that. Okay, let's try and pin this ghost down a bit. What is Nano Banana, based on what these reports are saying, and why all the whist?
Well, fundamentally, it's an AI designed for making images from text prompts, text damage,
Hmm.
but also for editing existing images in really sophisticated ways. It first showed up sort of out of nowhere on Reddit's El Marina platform. That's a place where people compare AI models.
Yeah.
And boom, it instantly got noticed because, well, it was just overwhelmingly better.
Right. Okay. And the secrecy part. Why does everyone seem to think it's Google behind the curtain?
That's where it gets really interesting. It wasn't just one or two people saying it. The industry consensus pretty much immediately landed on it being a private Google project.
Mm.
Part of it is the image quality itself. It has a certain look, a texture that feels very much like Google's other high-end image AI work. And then there's the name,
Hmm.
Nano Banana. Google famously uses fruit names internally as code names for projects. It just
Hmm.
fits their pattern.
Ah, the fruit code names. Okay, that makes sense. So
Mhm.
people are thinking this might be the next step after their models like Imagen or maybe even tied to Gemini.
That's the speculation, yeah. If it is Google and it's this powerful, it's a pretty significant move,
Yeah.
like turning up the heat in the AI image generation race.
Okay, so beyond the who made it mystery, let's talk performance. What makes it so overwhelming, as the reports say? What's the really cool part?
I think the core thing, the real wow factor, is its ability to understand natural language for creating and editing. You don't need complex software commands or like manual masking like in Photoshop. You just talk to it, describe what you want to see or what you want changed,
Just talk to it. So no more fiddling with selection tools and layers for hours.
pretty much.
Yeah.
But here's where it gets really groundbreaking, according to these evaluations. It has what they're calling exceptional consistency.
Yeah.
Think about generating a character. With Nano Banana, you can create multiple images of that same character, maybe change their expression or what they're wearing, and it stays recognizably the same person. Same face, same features. We're keeping an object consistent across different scenes.
Okay, wait. That is huge. So if you're making like a comic book or storyboards, the character doesn't suddenly look different in the next panel.
Exactly. Or for advertising, keeping a brand mascot perfectly consistent. The reports suggest this is a really significant step forward, maybe even a first, for achieving this level of consistency with realistic photo-like images.
That consistency alone sounds revolutionary. What else is it good at? You mentioned editing.
Right, so the text-based editing is also incredibly powerful. Things like in-painting, filling in a missing part of an image, or out-painting, extending the image outwards. You can just give it a simple command like change the background to a tropical beach, and it does it. But crucially, it preserves the lighting and the feel of the original subject, so it looks natural.
And it blends it seamlessly without that weird cut and paste look.
Apparently so. And it can handle really complex instructions too, like multiple steps in one go. Make the woman smile, change her shirt to blue, and add sunglasses, stuff like that. All without needing that traditional layer concept from graphic design software.
Wow. Okay, that's impressive. Anything else that stood out in the reports?
Yeah, a few other things. The photorealistic quality is consistently mentioned. High detail, sharp textures, believable lighting, sometimes hard to tell from an actual photograph. It's also fast, like generating complex images or edits in just a few seconds, which is remarkable. And it's versatile. It can take a scene and render it in different artistic styles, watercolor, oil painting, cartoonish looks. It can even apparently sharpen blurry photos or combine elements from different images smoothly.
This really does sound almost too good to be true. So if someone wants to try this Phantom AI, how can you just go use it?
So that's the catch right now. You can't
Yeah.
just select Nano Banana. On El Arena, in their battle mode where you compare two anonymous models, you might randomly get it. Same on another site called Fluxi, apparently. It sometimes pops up when you ask for an image, but you don't know beforehand if it's the one doing the work. It's sort of luck of the draw.
Hmm. Okay. A bit elusive. Now, you mentioned its power, but earlier the outline hinted at some minor critiques. Something about illogical details. Is that anything significant?
That's a good point for balance. Yes, some of the very early evaluations noted occasional minor inconsistencies or slightly illogical details, maybe like an object casting a shadow the wrong way or hand having 6 fingers, classic AI weirdness.
Yeah.
But the consensus seems to be that these are pretty rare exceptions, not the rule. The overall quality and consistency far outweigh these minor blips. But connecting this back, the fact that it's so good, yet its origins are unconfirmed, especially if it is Google, well, that raises bigger questions, doesn't it, about transparency, about releasing powerful AI tools.
Yeah, definitely. So if we boil it down, Nano Banana is this incredibly powerful, mysterious AI image tool, likely from Google, that's just leagues ahead in consistency and intuitive editing, setting a completely new standard.
Absolutely. And I think this deep dive really highlights something beyond just the tech itself. When you have a tool this capable, this potentially disruptive, but it's still operating from the shadows, it makes you wonder,
Yeah.
what happens when or if its identity is confirmed and it becomes widely available? What new creative possibilities open up? But also, what new challenges might we face?
That's the perfect thought to leave everyone with. A powerful phantom AI out there changing the game. Makes you really consider the pace of all this and what comes next.